December 14th, and we are on the Dakota Irish dice calendar. Let's see what we are going to add to the bowl of die for this set. Doesn't sound like one with a lot of sides to it. Doesn't feel heavy. Might be another D4, which I certainly don't mind. That and, well, obviously when you have 7, well, technically 6 type of die in a standard RPG set, there are some shapes that are just more naturally occurring than others. Obviously, the chances of finding a D10, regardless of it being percentile or regular, is higher than any of the other die. Let's see what we have, though. Oh, hello. You are very pretty. Opaque. And rainbows. I love the coloring on this one. So, obviously there is a danger to making opaque rainbow die. And that is that the lettering, you must really decide with the lettering. Because if you go blue, green, red, like any colors of the rainbow, the lettering is not going to be legible. Or at least less legible than it normally is. I like that it sort of like has this sort of like not even swirl to it. Like that actually makes it, in my eyes, a bit more special than if it was just like straight lines going all the way from the top. And I think the lettering, if we go look at the numbers, like not only is it very easy to read, this was a bad comparison, but this was the first one that I grabbed. But you can also see that the font type on the lettering is slightly different. So this one is, if we can find number 1, you can see that is sans serif. So it doesn't have serifs in the lettering. Normally, when you're looking at a lot of text, you like if you're making a logo, you generally, unless it's sort of like a classic Gothic style, anything that's sort of classical, you're usually not using serifs in. You usually are using serifs in your text. Whereas if you want a normal sort of modern logo, you're usually not using serifs. This one very clearly has serifs, and if you don't know what serifs are, they are the little feet at the bottom of usually ones, sometimes also other numbers, like the little hook on number 7 there. I personally like this. It stands out from the rest of the die. And if there's anything that I want especially since the calendar is going 24 different die, I am definitely pleased to have one that stands out like this. Like, I mean, the lettering on these two are also different. I'm not entirely sure what the font is, but I like the wide, very clear lettering that they use. That makes it easy to read, and I like that. Now, there's nothing wrong with classical as long as it's nice and thick, because that means that you have a bit more sort of flexibility in terms of how the lettering on this die should ultimately look. But I definitely like this. It's a very, like, you probably would expect something different. I mean, it's not completely rainbow. Like, obviously the rainbow has more than 4 colors, but all things considered, how colorful it is and how easy it is to read, yeah, this one might be close to a new favorite. In general, I like colorful die, and I also like legible die. The problem is that those two are not often easy to combine into a result that actually matches into a die. But here they do, and what can I say? I like it. That's a very good find. I would really like a set of these, but obviously that's not going to happen how this one is lined up. But yeah, this is very pretty. Thank you. Let's give it a roll. Should probably clear the other die from the landing strip. That's a 40. Nice. Into the bowl it goes, and I will see you tomorrow for the next die. But until then, take care.